You're welcome back, and still on Frontline. Right now, I'll be bringing you sport update, and this is your go-to show for all the latest news and update in the world of sports. And like I mentioned earlier, that we'll be giving you update on what is going on in the world of sport. And this is going to be an exciting show, and also an exciting moment whereby this period I'm not here alone, and right now I'm here with a wonderful friend who is a sports analyst and also who has been doing this for years. And I would like to welcome Annabelle Enaro to the show for this morning for this wonderful interview, who is going to be doing justice to some of the things we'll be discussing from the aspect of football to tennis, and even in the world of boxing, before we call it a wrap on the show this morning. You're welcome, Annabelle.
Thank you. Should I say Happy New Year?
Yeah, Happy New Year
to the viewers. And it's really nice to be here. At least we have lots of things lined up for the year. But for so many other people, the year has kicked off.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Yeah, I guess it's happy for some people, Happy New Year, and for some people, it's not so happy anymore.
Yeah, that's right. And let's just dive into what we have for you this morning. And it's no longer a news that the Super Eagles of Nigeria have a new coach. And we're talking about Eric Sekuchel, and there's been a news that has been approached with different aspects, a lot of criticism from fans and even from people even within the body of sport itself. And then there's been a lot of issues right now. And before we dive into the questions we have for you this morning, let's take a quick look at the profile of Eric Sekuchel, and which is the fact that he has been appointed as the new coach for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And he is born in Ivory Coast to a French father and a Malian mother. The 47-year-old child has had a colorful career as a centre-back and a manager. And he has spent his whole career in France, appearing for Martigues, Valenciennes, Lens, History, and Chamois Notois, and also at international level where he represented Mali. And apart from that, looking at his coaching career, in May 2021, he was appointed as the head coach of US Bologna, and he was dismissed on the 11th of December 2021 after the club gained 3 points in preceding 10 games. And in 2022, Chel was appointed manager of Mali, and he was dismissed on the 13th of June 2024. And right now we have him, who has been announced by the Nigerian Football Federation as the head coach of the Nigerian Senior Football National Team, the Super Eagles. And like I mentioned earlier, this has sparked a lot of mixed reactions. So looking at the NFF's choice of appointing head coach for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, how would you describe their choices of coach for this team?
Most people say, most people will tell you they want to understand the thought process of NFF in choosing a coach for the Super Eagles, because then when you basically just read his profile, the profile is not so fancy. Aside from his performance for Mali in the Nations Cup, where he was knocked out during the semi-finals, there's really nothing special about Eric Chel. But at this point, I don't want to come out and all out judge the coach. There's possibility a coach might not know what they are doing with a particular team, and they know what they are doing with another team. The Nigerian team is a totally different ball game, and we have lots of experienced players for him. The field is wide enough for him to choose from. So I don't want to just come out and say, oh, I don't trust. It's not as if I trust NFF with their hiring process, but I don't want to just come out and write off Eric Chel for this job.
Okay, looking at all the foreign coaches that have been appointed so far by the NFF, which foreign coach would you say have done well with the Super Eagles of Nigeria so far?
A lot of people just basically pick Jose Peseiro, and it is for obvious reasons. Getting to the final in the African Cup of Nations, it is not an easy feat. So lots of people come out and say, yes, Jose Peseiro is the coach that they feel has performed exceptionally well when it comes to the recent time for foreign coaches in Nigeria. So it's now for us to to really look at the present and see if that feat can be beaten by the current coach.
Yeah, looking at the feat beaten by the current coach, we know that before now there's been appointment of home-based coach for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and there's been a lot of clamor by also by fans around the globe that they should appoint home-based coach for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Some believe that some of these coaches have worked and played alongside some of those people, and then they will understand them better. And then we've had Finney the Judge, and then we also have a governor who has actually been an interim coach for a while. And so looking at this fact that some fans are clamoring for home-based coach, would you agree with the fact that home-based coach would have done a lot better if given enough time? Because looking at most of these foreign coaches that have been appointed, they were being given enough time before they are being sacked or maybe they're being replaced. So do you think if most of these home-based coach are being given enough time, do you think they would have done much better than foreign coaches that have been appointed?
No, it is actually a relative question. There is possibility. The reason I will continue to a very large extent to support the appointment of home-based coach for the Super Eagles of Nigeria is the fact that I am also one of the people that clamor for home-based players within the league to play for the national team. Instead of us having a lot of foreign players, I feel like it's going to reduce quite a lot of people want to go out there and show their talents to people all around the world, and you can only do it by playing mostly at the moment in foreign leagues. But I feel like if a lot of the selections come from the home-based team, which only an home-based coach can actually do better well for, I feel like it will reduce the thirst of players to want to be abroad because they feel like, yeah, it's an opportunity to play for the national team when I'm when I'm playing at home, because the coaches tend to pick players from the home team. And I feel like it's going to boost a lot of talents within the country in general. So for me, I think I prefer the idea of the NFF thinking about home-based coaches, because look at the MPFL, we have coaches there that are talented. Yeah. Currently, the assistant coaches are both MPFL coaches from Rangers and the Remo Stars. So they are doing well. We see their performance for their team within the league, and then we see their performance we see what they contribute to the national team, especially under Eguavoen. So yes, I feel like yes, an home-based player, an home-based coach can do it. They just need to find a specific coach for it and then give him the right opportunity to get it done.
Yeah, I'm also still talking about the currently appointed coach for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We know that looking at his profile, we don't have something that's tangible and exciting to look out for in his profile. And I wouldn't want to ask again that is he the man for the team, because right now the profile is actually scanty for me. Let me put it that way. But I want to know that what should we expect? Should we actually expect much from him? Looking at his based on his profile and also his style of formation, looking at the team, the countries, the team that he has coached, looking at how would they performed and the style of his playing. Do you think we should expect much from him, and with that style actually work with the Super Eagles of Nigeria here?
I'm one of the best, but I like you already said, his profile is scanty, and then I also said that we have like extensive talents in Nigeria when it comes to football. So he has opportunities to pick from anywhere. He doesn't really have any excuse not to perform. Then looking at his style of play, I feel like he can actually perform well for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, even though I'm always clamoring for a two-man striker for the Nigerian team, because I feel like we have lots of forward in this country and nothing to do for them. So I feel like if he can choose and focus using a two-man forward for the Nigeria team, I see us scoring a lot of goals. We've seen with past coaches, especially with Genturo, we see with Ose Peseru, they've sort of always come to be on the defensive side. If they get to concede first, they have issues with scoring. If they get to score first, they have issues with probably maintaining it and then scoring more. So I hope to see a coach that can get the Super Eagles to score more goals, not just win games, play good football, win games, then score more goals while they are at it, because it sort of opens the door for greater opportunity and greater awards within the continent itself. So yes, he can make it work. I love the performance of Mali during the African Cup of Nations. Yes, at the point we saw that Ivory Coast became something of an extraordinary team, and they were sort of getting everybody out of the way. But Mali performed well through the African Cup of Nations. It's not as if they scored goals either way, but I would love to see, they didn't score much goals, but I would love to see this coach actually use the Nigerian team, use the Nigerian forwards for what they are, and then get to score more goals.
Yes. And that's just to do with expecting so much from Eric Sekuchao this season, and then we want to see another dimension of the Super Eagles on the field, and then he needs to show us that he is up to the task. And then what we've been looking for in getting in the coach that we need for the Super Eagles, that he has everything despite his scanty profile. Let me put it.
Yeah, it's well cut out for him, because now they gave him a memo that, okay, you have to make sure the Nigerian team qualifies for the World Cup. That at the moment, the qualification is looking very dicey with just 3 points and just 2 more games. He has to play Rwanda, I think, and he has to win those 2 games in order to stand tall in that particular standing. So, and the team so far has gotten 3 points. He has his work cut out for him, and I really, really hope he gets the support he needs from his assistants, and he's able to perform.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no way you will not want to support him. He's trying to coach Nigeria. But I actually saw an interview where he came out and said he has loved Nigeria since he was young. And we know all these kind of funny things. We know it's not possible now. He's Malian. What is he like in Nigeria for since he was young? So, but we understand the whole thing that comes with being employed by a country, another country, and wanting to support them. So I really hope he utilizes the talent he has and is able to help Nigeria qualify for the World Cup, because we really need to go to the World Cup.
Yeah, we're actually looking forward to that, seriously. And apart from getting support from the assistant coaches and also the technical officers, we also hope that the players also support him, because that is the major thing. Yeah. And away from that, we move on to the continental football, talking about the African Nations Championship. And this is the second time that the CHAN tournament has been postponed. And let's not forget that this is going to be hosted by 3 countries, talking about Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. These 3 countries are going to be coming together to host this. And the first time they said that they are trying to make sure that the infrastructures, everything are in place. And now it has been postponed to August again. And with all these postponement, and it has raised a lot of eyebrows, and everyone is kind of wondering what exactly is going on, and has raised questions about its organization. So I would like to know that this is not the first time that tournaments have been postponed in the world of sport due to one reason or the other. But will we say that this is LD, especially with this CHAN postponement for countries that are prepared for this tournament? Do you think this is LD in the world of sport?
It is actually not healthy, and it's a sad thing that is very common with African tournaments, to be honest. Is that you are hearing that the CAF itself is being postponed, or the CHAN is. But the CHAN is actually the major victim for postponement. And it is not healthy, because you have countries that have put their teams together. Some have even gotten to camp. They've camped their players in preparation for the tournament. And now, at the end of the day, they will have to return those players to the clubs they took them from in order for them to go back and perform. Already, they've had a mind frame. The players, the team, even the nations, they've had a mind frame. They've had the frame of mind that, okay, yeah, we are going for this particular tournament at this particular point. Now they have to re-strategize, change the logistics of everything, and then bring those players back before setting them back to camp for August. Even that August, they don't have a fixed day for a year in August. And there's a possibility that they might come and say, oh, this August, we're not very sure of it. And for this particular year, there's actually a busy year. We still have the WAFCON. We have lots of things that needs to happen in this particular year. So it is not healthy. It is not advisable for them to continue postponing tournaments. It is actually a bad thing for football as far as I'm concerned. But I believe they have reasons for it. But for Africa to grow, we need to set targets and then meet up with those targets. You don't come and tell me you've chosen a particular country to host the tournament, and then the infrastructures are not available in place, the stadiums are not ready, these and these are not ready. No, when you choose to want to host a tournament, I believe that a lot of your infrastructure should be 80% done before you make the bid for it. So, but they have their reasons for it, and we really hope that when August comes, they don't shift us back to maybe January 2026 or something.
Yeah, we really hope so, because this tournament ought to have been played last year, and then it was postponed, and right now it's been postponed again. So we hope that August is going to be August 2025 this time around, and it's not going to be postponed. But looking at the group stage now, the group stage has been drawn. Countries have been placed into groups, and Nigeria has been grouped in with Group D, alongside with Senegal, with Congo, and Sudan. Do you think Nigeria can progress past the group stage? I'm looking at these countries that have been grouped with Nigeria right now.
I'm not looking. I don't want to look at the countries that have been grouped with Nigeria, because CHAN is one particular championship that has eluded Nigeria in general from the inception till now. They missed the first two. And now they missed the last two. They didn't qualify for the last two before this. The other third one, I think the other two we played, we got to we played third place, and then I think we got to the final for Morocco. So it is just one particular cup that Nigeria has not been very, very fortunate to get. I think it's always been shared between Morocco and DR Congo. If my time, I think DR Congo and Morocco, they've won it twice. So I really hope Nigeria can get the best of this. Yes, people will say, it is Senegal. Yes, Senegal, they're a big team, but let's not forget the main team of Senegal is different from the CHAN team of Senegal. And I want to believe that with the little bit of progress we've made, because the CHAN, I feel like CHAN is speaks for the development of the league of that particular country, since a lot of the players are within the continent itself. So I feel like, yes, good things can come out of this. We have lots of wonderful players performing in the MPFL at the moment, and we have those players being called up to represent Nigeria in CHAN. We have the likes of Sikora Alimi there. Sikora Alimi has been performing wonderfully well. We have Tim Emmanuel. Many of these players, we have players from Rangers, one of the top strikers of the league last season, also representing, being called up for it. So I think it's a representation of the league of each of these nations, and Nigeria being drawn up with Congo, with Sudan, and with Senegal. I feel like they can come out very well, solidly out of that. And considering the coaches that will be coaching them, we have two home-based coaches there. They understand these players within the league. They know how to use them properly. So I feel like, yes, they can definitely see this league, see the group stage through.
Yeah, I'm talking about even if it's part that we are expecting and hoping that they will see past the group stage. What in general, what are you expecting from CHAN? Should we expect an exciting moment from the CHAN tournament when it comes, or it's just going to be the normal tournament, the normal game we've been seeing in time past?
You know, the thing about us in Africa is we really we really don't pay much attention to tournaments like this, tournaments like CHAN. We feel like if the tournament does not involve international players being invited, then it's not worthy to be seen. But for me, I feel like it is going to be exciting because we see certain performances of certain clubs within the continent that represent different countries, and a lot of players from each of these clubs will be playing. So it's an opportunity to actually, for bragging rights, to be honest. And that's the reason I feel like it's going to be wonderfully interesting to see. And I'm looking forward to lots of countries bringing out crazy performance. If we see the Group A, for example, you have Morocco there, you have DR Congo there. These are countries that have won it two times, both of them. Then in the Group B, if you look at, you have Burkina Faso there. In fact, there are lot of things that can really happen in this particular tournament. I'm looking forward to it really coming on and being fun at the end of the day. But I sincerely, Africans need to come out and watch CHAN, because I don't know, probably I'm the one that's really excited about it. But I know that it's something to be excited about, and we're going to see lots of people, because this is going to be an opportunity for even players themselves to get called up to the main team, to the national team itself. Your performance here decides on how you're probably going to represent the main body of the national team at the end of the day.
Yeah. Now away from CHAN, now let's come home where we have the Nigerian Premier Football League. And then, it's we are looking forward to the match day 20 very soon. And right now on the table, we have Remo Stars, who are sitting on top of the table with 36 points. We have Rivers United with 34 points. And we have our very own Shooting Stars with 33 points on the table, while we have Enugu Rangers 31 points behind them. Ahead of this game, of the Monday 20, and I'm looking at the season in general. What exactly are you expecting from the Shooting Stars of Ibadan this season?
I always have big expectation of Shooting Stars because I'm a Shooting Star fan. So I always have big expectation of Shooting Stars. And I love the level of progress Shooting Stars is making. Let's not forget last season they finished fourth.
Yes,
To the pain of many of us.
Yes.
We're actually hoping they make it to the continental tournament, but it was very unfortunate. So I'm believing that the coach himself is going to look at the fact that, oh, I missed out on the continental ticket, so I should be able to make it up. Yes, they are third, and looking at the table, even at this point, it is going to be awful to write anybody off for the league title. Talking about Rangers, talking about Remo Stars, talking about Shooting Stars.
Rivers.
It is going to be Rivers United. Sorry, it is going to be difficult to write any of them off at this point, and it's going to be able to come out and say, oh, this top three, we still maintain top three, and that's the beauty of the MPFL. Now we are heading into Monday 20, except probably Eyimba that has lots of outstanding matches to see through, and Shooting Stars will be going away to Kwara United. They've been able to pull off wonderful results away from home. I think they've had 2 away wins against the big one against Rangers. I was you think I probably won Lotto that day, the way I was screaming and shouting. So
it's actually a win everybody has been looking forward to.
Away from home at the cathedral. Like, who does that? But it was an exciting result, and if the coach can continue to pull off outstanding wins away from home like that and maintain a very powerful run at home. Next, they'll be playing Kwara United, and a lot of people will be like, oh, this is roadkill. They're going to win. But football cannot be predicted in that manner. So we are hoping that when that time comes for them to play against Kwara United, when the league resumes on the 25th, we will see Shooting Stars in action and then giving us the very best of football that we've been enjoying.
Yeah, we're expecting so much from the Shooting Stars of Ibadan. And apart from that, looking at all the teams that we have in Nigerian Premier Football League, which one would you say has been the most exceptional this season so far among all the teams?
I think it's Ikorodu City. It's the Ikorodu City, because this is a team that I don't mean them in disrespect, but I call them a baby team in the MPFL, which of course they're baby teams. They're like their first debut in the MPFL season. And Ikorodu City have been exceptional. Yeah, they didn't start well. They saw a situation where they lost at home and everybody was like, oh, you're going to relegate. But when I saw the game against Shooting Stars, I was shocked. They actually won. I think, was it a win or they ended up in a draw? I can't really remember. But Ikorodu City is a team to look out for. You know, this was how Remo Stars started, and everybody were like, are they doing this? Are they not doing this? But it is beautiful to see a lot of Southwestern teams trying to come out and then give a lot to football, because Sporting Lagos did not really make anybody happy. But I really hope Ikorodu City can finish. At this point, at least you see them, they are 6th on the log. If they can maintain a good run of form, I see them remaining in the league. And then with that, probably 2-3 seasons from now, Ikorodu City might be a team everybody's scared of playing. So Ikorodu City is my wonder team so far.
That's good. Away from that, let's move on to the international scene, and now talking about the transfer window. Yes, we know that January transfer window is actually ongoing, and there's been a lot of rumors and done deal that is already taking place. But one I would like to look into is that of the Everton. Let's not forget that Sean Dyche has been sacked and David Moyes has been reappointed as the coach for Everton. Do you think that David Moyes is actually the best coach for Everton? And I'm looking at the level they are, and also he has coached them once and then they are bringing him back. Will he be able to do the job they are expecting from him?
Yes, I feel like he's actually the best coach for them, to be honest, because let's not forget, it's like coming back home. For David Moyes, 11 years he spent with them, and those 11 years he spent with them, they had occasions where they finished top 7. Yes, I think he finished top 7 for Everton so many times. I feel like David Moyes is actually the type of coach Everton needs at the moment. When Sean Dyche was sacked, to be honest, before they even had David Moyes, the first name that came to my mind was like, go back and get your Moyes. Go back and get your Moyes, because I feel like this is the coach that understands the pattern of football Everton wants to play, and it's going to give them the result. Let's not forget, even when he left, it was not lucky with Manchester United, but he left. Even when he joined West Ham, he gave West Ham good result before he left. Helped them qualify for the Europa. He even got, I think he played the Europa with them, and he performed well. Although yes, football is going to be football, he didn't have the entire luck he was looking for. But I feel coming back to Everton is going to be beautiful for him. The man is the kind of coach that has a tactical discipline. He does not tolerate indiscipline in his team, which is what Everton needs at the moment. I've always said that I think if you look at football, especially in the EPL of recent, there have been issues of sort of indiscipline with players and teams. And it is sort of affecting the entire run of results for certain teams, Manchester United included, and other teams, to be honest. But this is what Everton needs. Bringing back Moyes, I feel like, yes, they are not just bringing him back, they should open the floor for him to get players needed and probably retain players that he feel would be useful for him, and hopefully give him the support he deserves to actually bring them the results thereafter.
Yeah. Also, I want to look into, I don't want to dive into much into Pep Guardiola because right now, looking at yesterday's match, he's trying to give me another view. But let me just ask anyway. Pep Guardiola and his wife are now divorced after 30 years. And then looking at some social media sports analysts, some have said that, oh, no wonder Manchester City have been performing this way, they've been underperforming. And can we actually say his personal life actually affected the Manchester City? And looking at yesterday's performance, can we say that there's going to be a better change after all that has happened right now?
I don't want to believe it is his personal life that affected the City run. I feel like it is the City run that affected his personal life, to be honest, because I think the wife said it is because he does not have time. It's been after, you understand. And let's not forget, Manchester, this is actually the first season under Guardiola where they have struggled. So I won't say that he's been having a very good run with Manchester City for years, and I believe with those good runs, his family is actually doing okay with that. But it is now that we've seen his frustration on pitch. So imagine carrying that frustration to the house. So the woman was like, Makoba me, don't implicate my life. Come and be going. Go and settle yourself and your team. So I feel like it is probably the tension from his current run of result that is affecting the tensions in the house. But it is his personal life. They'll find a way to fix it. And I wish both of them all the best. And I don't want to come out and say, okay, now that the wife has gone, he will start performing well. It will be as if the man is the bad luck. I refuse to believe that. So I really wish him all the best with that. I don't know but we saw their last game. They actually did well. They performed well. But it is not over for them yet. They still have lots of things to scale through. Let's not forget, I think this morning, Eric Haaland has signed, to me, I feel like he signed the rest of his life with Man City, which is 9 years. Extended with nine and a half years.
9.5 years.
With Manchester City. To me, for a player like that, I feel like he signed his life, especially for a club that's looking to get another striker. I think they've agreed in principle with the entire attacker. So, it is not over for them yet. They still have lots of things to scale through. I love the fact that during this January transfer window, they're looking at getting defenders. I think they've gotten 2 defenders, one from Brazil and the other from, where's this other guy from anyway? Anyway, they got one from Brazil, and I think I know where the other guy is from. The other guy from Brazil and the other guy from Lens. From the other guy from Lens. So the fact that they are looking at their defense and looking to seal everything tight. And let's not forget, Kyle Walker is saying he wants to go and look for greener. I don't know what greener pastures is out there for him, since he has won the Premier League and the Champions League and everything there is to win with Manchester City. But it's good that they are looking at the market now and they are trying to buy things. But I feel it is not over for them yet, in the sense that the struggle might still be there. But Pep Guardiola is sort of the best coach in the world at the moment. The run of results does not dispute that fact. So I feel he's going to get better with it and then fix what needs to be fixed and move forward.
Looking at the completed deals so far, which one would you see as the best done deal and which would you see as the worst?
The funny thing about this January window is it is sort of slow, but the deal that I'm looking forward to be the best is not totally done, and that is Kvaratskhelia to PSG, from Napoli to PSG. I'm looking at that deal as it will be one of the best transfer windows for January for them, between Napoli and PSG. So I think he has come out to say he's going, which is, imagine in January. This is a player Nigerians are angry with, that is the reason Napoli dumped Osimhen. So, so I believe that that is probably one of a very good transfer deal for January. But the worst so far, it is not over. So I don't want to come out and say this is the worst deal. I'm still hoping for certain deals to happen. I'm still hoping for Rashford to go somewhere. Yeah. There are many people I'm hoping they can go somewhere. I'm hoping for Rashford to go somewhere. So right now it's looking good. Well, another deal that actually that's sort of happening, or just sort of happening, is the former Manchester United manager to Besiktas, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to Besiktas, and the reason I'm finding it funny is I had lots of people that come and say, these Besiktas, it seems they want to suffer. Why are they getting the baby assassin to come coach them? But it is football. Just because he did well too with Manchester United, but it's just not what they want in the long run. And I feel like going to Turkey might be good for him. There is no worst deal for me yet on ground, but eventually by the end of January, when you call me and ask me, I might have something for you.
No problem. And also, lastly, on the transfer window, have the club been able to adhere to the spending rules so far?
I don't know about that, because after Manchester City, they bought 3 players, but I think one is in principle, and I think it will happen later in the summer. And according to the gist we're hearing, I think they will get buying for 67 million. That would be over 100 million for 3 players. And lots of people are starting to ask that, does the financial fair play rules not apply to Manchester City, since it's not as if they are selling? The only player they sold was this other guy, Alvarez, that they sold to, I think, Atletico Madrid or so. After him, I didn't really see them sell any massive player. And you have the likes of Manchester United, who still has to drain the team down before they can get new players in. I want to feel like sort of partially they are adhering to it, because they know the risk of being found guilty of breaking such rules. But questions are still being asked, especially with the likes of Manchester City spending the way they know how to spend. Questions are still being asked. But I want to believe clubs are being wary. They are very wary of what they do and how they spend, in order to avoid a ban or something. So, but let's see how it goes anyway.
Yeah.
Some of us are still hoping there will be one very big court case, and Manchester City will come and they will say, all the Premier League title you have, we are collecting it from you. It's just fast joke and everything like that. But I want to believe clubs are adhering at this point.
Yeah. I'm looking at the game we have in the Premier fixture tomorrow. Which of them are you looking forward to? And which are you actually hoping to watch and also feel is going to be exciting tomorrow?
I think Arsenal Aston Villa is going to be good. Why? Let's not forget last season, Aston Villa is the team that actually, to me, cost Arsenal the title. I feel like if they had won that particular game against Aston Villa, they might have the better edge to win it. So I feel that game was the turning point for Arsenal. So it's going to be a case of Arsenal wanting to come back and make a difference for themselves. And Aston Villa, Unai Emery, being a former coach of Arsenal, he's made it his personal mission to frustrate Arsenal. And Arsenal have not had the best run of anything so far. It's just list of draws and everything like that, which is not good for them for the title run at the end of the day. Liverpool is still leading, even though right now, if you look at it, a lot of these teams that are supposed to be winning are sort of either playing draws or losers. So it is still keeping the title chance open for both Arsenal, Liverpool, and I don't want to discount Man City, to be honest. If they can come back, it is still open for all of them. But Arsenal, Aston Villa is a game to see tomorrow, to be honest. It's a game to see, because Arsenal struggled to win their last game. Let's see what Aston Villa is going to do for them. Although Arsenal at home, they are playing at home, but So far, one lesson that we've learned this season in the APL is nobody's home is really safe. So I'm looking forward to that game.
Yeah, looking forward to that game too. And quickly we'll move into the world of boxing, and we're talking about Tyson Fury. Yeah, this is not the first time Tyson Fury have actually been announcing his retirement. And right now, recently, he made a video in his vehicle and announcing his retirement without even talking about it with his coach and everyone that works with him. And now there's been a lot of people coming out to say that this could be a form of tactics that he wants to use against his bouts with Anthony Joshua. Because this is one of the bouts that everyone has been looking forward to, and we've been expecting this bout to come to life. Do you think anytime soon we will have to have Tyson Fury come out of retirement again and then announce a bout with Anthony Joshua?
Tyson Fury has retired 4 times. I think this is the 4th one.
Yeah, this is going to be the 4th.
2017 and 2022.
Yeah,
he just needs more money, more incentive, to be honest. I'm sorry, but I don't take Tyson Fury very serious, to be honest. It's just because I feel like it's just this kind of fighter that wants to bully his way through getting what he wants. Yes, a lot of people are looking forward to the Tyson Anthony Joshua fight, and some people will say we are tired anyway. Even if they approve, or if it eventually happens, so what do we expect from it anyway? After Joshua lost his last match, Fury lost his last match, but I feel like the bout will be something for both boxers to prove to themselves and to the world about where they are mentally for the sport. And Tyson Fury is just trying to find a way to, I don't think he's trying to wheedle out of it. I feel like he's trying to just get more out of what is on ground. Okay, you're retiring. Oh, come on, okay, what if we still want to pay you 100 million for it? So we want to pay you $1 billion for it. Will you come back? Definitely will come back. So I feel like it's more of a mind game. One, to probably unbalance Anthony Joshua. Two, to probably get more out of the incentives attached to that particular bout. So he always retires. Even if he comes, win or lose, he will retire again. I mean, he retires every 4 or 5 years. So now he has retired in 2025. He will come back before the end of 2025. And then he'll retire again in 2030. Let's just wait for him. So it's not a new thing. No one takes him serious when it comes to his retirement. So it's just a free way. So we're here for it. It will come back and fight. When the incentives are right, it will come back.
So we'll be hoping for that again. And then lastly, on sports, update for this morning, we're looking into the world of tennis. And let's not forget that we have the Australian Open that's still ongoing, and right now we have Novak Djokovic. He has made history at the Australian Open, whereby he has surpassed Roger Federer's record for the most major singles matches played. So far, how will you say, how significant is Novak Djokovic's achievement, especially in this Australian Open that is ongoing?
I mean, at the moment, we all know that Novak Djokovic is the GOAT of tennis.
Yeah.
So no one takes that away from him. Yes, we have the young lads trying to come up and then unseat him, which of course is not surprising to anybody when it comes to development in sports. But he's doing well. His performance so far through onto this particular round has been impressive. But mostly now when I talk about tennis, I don't want to talk about the big guys, the old guys anymore. I try to look forward to the future. And now I love to talk about the Yannick Sinner, who's the defending champion. I love that guy. Although then we have Daniel Medvedev that was knocked out by a 19-year-old. I have people like, what did I just watch? What was happening? I was in a WhatsApp group where someone was shouting, am I saying right, or did this 19-year-old kid just knock out Daniel Medvedev? And it was shocking. And that is the beauty of majors, to be honest. And the reason is, although yes, it is ongoing, and we still have some sort of big names still there. We still have the Djokovic, we still have Alcaraz, which of course I'm hoping Alcaraz. I'm actually hoping for a Sinner Alcaraz final. I don't know how that will happen. So I'm sorry to Djokovic fans, but I'm looking forward to the younger guys impressing me for this particular major. But it sort of shows, because when you ask a lot of these young lads, they can get to tell you that it is the like of Djokovic, Roger Federer, Nadal, and the likes that inspired them to be who they are today, and that sort of shows how much impact a player like Djokovic has in the world of tennis. Yes, he might be looking forward to actually win this major and then puts a total crown on his achievement as a top tennis star. But so far, I feel like he has impressed. He has nothing to prove to anyone at the moment, and he's doing well.
Yeah, and that's all we have for you on today's edition of Sports Update. Thank you so much, Annabelle, for gracing this interview. It's nice having you here once again, and I actually enjoyed the session. And that's all we have for you this morning. And please do not forget to join us on our social media conversation, and also continue to watch New Frontiers Television. I am Adebola Adeleke. Do have a lovely weekend.